Hi beautiful twin flames, welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D, a place in which I coach you to move into your ascension path and union. Now please subscribe because we do have the members hub and you do get the up-to-date notifications as to lives. I'm live every Friday at 10 a.m. GMT. And you can find the membership hub, which is a great place to have those private conversations, and I join you twice a month. Very separately on the channel, we connect in with the totems, with signs and synchronicities, and really helping you navigate through the process, which is where I've been. It has been a long path. Now, we do have the website if you're wanting to make a booking. We also have up and coming webinars, so stay tuned and I'll post them in the community tab. And the next one coming up is Aries and Chiron. So if you want to join us, jump on the link directly below. Without further ado, let's get into your element read for your twin flame path. And I guide you as well as come through and join us on Fridays. A very warm welcome, fire signs. We're here to do the divine masculine of the fire signs, and I have pulled the cards. Now, I'm sitting with the energy and I feel this element where the divine masculine is taking a very grounded approach. Not necessarily were they liking this transition. There has been quite a lot of heavy planets because I do look at the astrology relating to twin flame path. So if you are new here, very warm welcome. I will look at the chart for a little bit, which I will be coming up live later this Friday. So stay tuned for such if you want to join the lives. Now, the way it's coming through, it's almost like something has gone down and it feels that it's quite suppressive. So not necessarily, were they wanting to get to that point, but I feel this hermit mode energy. Now the element of earth is they're trying to get grounded after a situation, but it's also helping them take a very practical standpoint. I feel in the past, and this really does ring true because they do have the crown chakra. Now, whatever, with the portal, with the eclipses of what we have moved through, where they're aiming to be right now and where they're moving into is heart chakra, and they do have a heart chakra happening at the moment because Mars is in the house of Leo. There is a heart chakra activation and they're moving into the element of love, but they're taking a very grounded approach. Now, I do feel in the last few weeks, especially if you do get psychic downloads and you're interconnecting on the dream state, it may stop and then amp up again, and it can become quite overwhelming. And I feel this emotion that they've moved through, this wave of emotion, and really tapping into their psyche of their dream states with the presence of love. They're really taking on a demeanor at the moment very similar to Divine Feminine, of what she went through on her path. Now, because we have Jupiter and Pisces, it's very psychic in nature. And as Neptune goes retrograde, things can become a little bit confusing for them. But they needed to go through this spiritually so that when the confusion comes about, they had their clarity prior to such. And Mercury has brought a lot of memories back and revelations, and I feel that they're in awareness of where their heart is. They're in awareness of why things in the past had to happen, and they're reaching a peaceful state. They're also there's more love coming through their hearts, and they're having this art of appreciation. Now, I do feel from a karmic level they could be a little bit critical towards themselves, and this is really reaping what we're sowing. And it's still, how do I put it? They're really stating that the love that they've had for you has always been so. But at the same point, they have been maybe very tied down financially, emotionally, physically by other situations that were really kind of making them quite stuck. Now, the direct foundation, some of them may have moved home. Some of them may have had a job-related dynamic that's had a bit of upheaval. But again, it's actually helping them focus on their passion and their love. They're moving into forgiveness, but this can be towards people that did harm to them. And this is even previous to you, Divine Feminine. This can be really, really linking back all the way back to childhood, and that is because we do have Venus currently in the house of Cancer. And these are revelations where Divine Masculine is viewing this because they have forgiveness. And there is something to do with a wish. I do feel they're trying to come to terms with that of what they know that you were owed. That of, and you know, we're never really owed anything, but in their mind, this is the way they're articulating it. They felt you were the whole, basket, so to speak. They felt that you were the leprechaun under the rainbow. And I'm noticing the rainbow, you know, in the card. And no matter what, come rain, hail or shine, they feel you've always been there. So this, in a sense, to them, you know, you've been ever so forgiving, ever so understanding. They're seeing love through your eyes at this stage. And they do feel that, you know, everything does happen for a reason. They're having this art of appreciation of huge lessons learnt, but they're definitely having revelations about connections and relationships. I do feel there is a little bit of comparison, but not in the way that you think. They're mentioning that what they've come through has not been the nicest, and definitely the things that you've experienced from them and what they were able to give wasn't the nicest. So they're aware of this and they understand. They're hoping for forgiveness, and I do feel they're coming through very grounded and rational. When we say grounded and rational, it's without expectation. It's through integrity and honour that they're wanting to make a statement over direct expectation. And yes, they really are wanting a connection with you. I do feel, to a degree, there is a little bit of jealousy coming up, and it's really unique. You know, over the last few weeks, even doing the channelings, not necessarily the laziness, but, you know, resent towards not being able to have you, maybe in their very earthbound frequency, feeling they needed to be X, Y, and Z before coming to you, but having these triggers coming up, which is, it's almost like psychic attacks. That's what I've visually been seeing within the elements and within the energy of Divine Masculine. So it's almost like they're being very critical, but they're stuck, and they feel, and I do feel this has been going over the last 8 weeks. Over the last 8 weeks, the revelation they've had, especially moving into the eclipses, is they were about to approach you. And I feel it was prior to Mercury retrograde. They were already, you know, gearing up, ready to approach you. And there's been a turn of events that's really shifted, and it's frustrated them. There has been some people potentially around them, or the direct situation has really held them down and made them stuck. And this may have been, I'm going to pull a clarifier, this may have been a particular individual that was maybe a little bit nutty. And I don't like to say that, but you know, situations can drive us a bit nutty. Especially now that we have Jupiter and Pisces, we're going to get both polarities. Especially with karmic energies, we may have individuals returning to our lives to close that cycle out. Yeah, so I feel they were being protective of you. I feel there was a person that was quite jealous of you, and they, you know, it was almost like they were gearing up ready to do such, and I feel this could have been a separation. It may be a family member or a friend, but there appears to be an individual surrounding them at the moment that they, and I'm getting really nauseous even tuning into it, that they were really trying to protect you from. They're not as grounded as you. They're not as rational as you. They also feel that due to this, you would have misunderstood, and it's really, I feel it's the psyche of this individual. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, really, I do see them looking over their shoulder. So if they have been housebound, bound, I hear the term bound, having to take a very grounded approach. I feel, again, you know, maybe they thought this person was a very loving human being, very attentive. But now they've seen the revelation. It's they feel that it can be really codependent, and I feel as though there was a lot of compassion directly to this individual, but now they're looking at it differently. They're reaching peace with it. They've had this revelation to do with heart chakra. It can be quite, yeah, it's really accepting, especially with Spirit of Earth. It's very accepting. They're taking a grounded approach with viewing it. And forgiveness is letting go. It's letting go to usher in what their hopes and dreams actually are based on a physical reality. Because this jealousy, this happiness was delayed. And especially allowing anyone near them, it was for your spiritual protection, because there was an individual that was a little bit funky relating to divine masculine. Now, this may have caused a lot of conflict, and this person appears to be the type of person that will turn up at your job, turn up at your house. Again, the reason I'm probably taking on a nauseated experience is because this individual potentially could be unwell. They may also use manipulation tactics and victim consciousness, because we've got finances here, victim consciousness, relating to the way they deal with the masculine. Relating to how they deal with the masculine, but it's all for manipulation for that person, not over a physical. So they know who this person is, they know how it is. It is being cycled out, and in their mind, physically, from a humanistic experience, it has. But this person doesn't receive that information in the same fashion, so they've had to take a very earth-based approach in order to deal with it. Yeah, they've had to be really realistic due to this, because it's not the type of person that understands logic, but it is for the liberation of their soul. They are very, very close to doing such, and I don't know why. I'm literally feeling some legal situation, and that can be maybe police involved. But they are getting their star. So universe is coming in to give them a hand. Stay tuned for the snippet to see how this is going to play out. If you do want to come through, you can go to the link, and the information is at the end of the video. Take care. I'm seeing some sort of situation playing out with a karmic individual. Now, I don't feel these two are together. For some, yes, it may be, but it appears to be quite conflict driven. I don't feel that the fire signs directly are relating to it in a negative way. I feel they're relating to the circumstance in a very serious way. Now, I do feel there could be a major tower moment with this individual. Not necessarily the fire signs as per se, but third party energy. It does look messy, but we'll see how this clarifies. Now, I would say I actually feel that they are going to communicate with you and tell you what the go is. So let's see what comes up in the cards. Otherwise, I'll see you live on Friday. Thanks for joining YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you do want to come through and get the extension, it is in the Members Hub, and the extensions are at the top level. At the bottom level, the first level, we have the Twin Flame Coaching twice a month. The second level, we have all the content pre-released, and the top level, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, you get the extension. So yes, there's hopes to come. And on the website at the moment, we have webinars. We're going to be having the Lionsgate portal, Aries and Chiron, Juno moving direct, which will impact the twin flame path, and I do have specials up. So come through, subscribe and join, or I will see you live every Friday. Take care, guys.